As I've grown older and have become more familiar with what I like and don't like, I've come to realize that one of, if not my favorite styles of filmmaking, is stop-motion animation. To some of you, this is probably no surprise, as I've stated thousands and thousands of times how Fantastic Mr. Fox is my favorite movie of all time. Fantastic Mr. Fox is amazing, to me, because of its characters, the writing, the aesthetic of it all, and an aspect that I haven't really touched on, which is the stop-motion. Traditional 3D and 2D animation are great, don't get me wrong. It's exciting to watch a world that was built from scratch on a computer or on paper come to life. But to me, the idea that something that exists in the real world can move and have a personality, now that's exciting. I feel as though stop-motion animation is underrated and should be appreciated more, because it pushes the boundaries of imagination, provides for a sense of timelessness, and gives the viewer a visual experience that can truly never be replicated in the same way. As I said earlier, there really is nothing wrong with 2D or 3D animation. Some of my favorite films of all time have come out of this style of filmmaking, and new ideas continue to surface every year through this medium. But despite that, I still feel as though stop motion is significantly more imaginative. Let me explain. You see, in 2D and 3D, boundaries simply do not exist. You want to make something messed up there, boom, you got it. In stop motion, you have to actually make that thing physically. There are certain rules to that medium that cannot be broken yet, for the sake of time, money, and technological boundaries. I think the way at which stop motion movies approach clouds and smoke is a great example. You see, if you were to make a 2D or 3D film, you just animate the clouds in like it's no problem. It blends in with the rest of the film to a point where the audience doesn't even notice it. But with stop motion, you see that smoke and you're like, whoa, that's cotton. It makes the viewer go, I wonder what other objects in everyday life could function as something else in a made-up world. Next thing you know, boom, you're thinking about the possibilities that come with this style of filmmaking. It is an exciting feeling to know that most, if not all, of what is being seen in a stop-motion animation film is something that exists in real life, not just in a computer. While researching this topic, I came across a few clips from Wallace and Gromit, and it made me realize something very special about this filmmaking style. It creates a timeless feel. This is by no means something that is guaranteed to make a film amazing, but I feel when addressing the importance and significance of stop motion, this is a very unaddressed aspect. Films of all different types of styles can do what they can, and if they are lucky, create something that can be appreciated and looked at in the same way decades after its initial release. But stop motion basically gives off that feel no matter what the actual film is about. You see, production design may improve, and how the filmmaker uses the camera may change. A great example is looking at Isle of Dogs compared to Fantastic Mr. Fox. But no technological advancements can take away the raw movements of characters in a stop-motion animation. Toy Story is a classic, but if you show something like that to a kid nowadays, they're probably going to be like, get this garbage out of my face, I want to watch Wreck-It Ralph. But with stop motion, the feel of how the first Wallace and Gromit movie looks is basically the same as some of the later films, minus some better puppet work. My last point is that stop motion animation is a style of filmmaking that is unlike any other style out there and can never be replicated. I know, it sounds cheesy, and one could say the same about other styles of filmmaking. But stop motion animation stands in its own box in the sense that it has a sense of personality to it. When you're watching a stop motion animation, you're not watching a bunch of moving puppets and whatnot. You're watching the product of people who have devoted an absurd amount of time to making this dude move from one place to another. My point is, there always seems to be a wall between the subject and the filmmaker when dealing with animation. Before a filmmaker can see her or his vision come to life, that vision has to go through countless animators, whereas in stop motion, the action is being directly applied to the characters. Now you could say, well, don't you get that same thing in live action too? And yes, you do, but that comes with the actor's interpretation of the vision as well. Stop motion is literally just a filmmaker and a puppet. You see the vision of an artist at its most authentic form. My point is, stop motion animation is an amazing way of telling stories that I feel is not nearly appreciated enough. Knowing how much work went into any of these films, it's clear that there's a lot of passion behind them. There's a true love for filmmaking and visual storytelling behind these films, and I feel that only few movies are able to replicate this. So the next time a stop motion film is in theaters, go support it. You might just end up seeing your new favorite movie. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. But before you head out, I want to give a quick thank you to this week's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare, if you don't already know, is an online learning community with over 17,000 classes. That's right, 17,000 classes! You can learn video editing, you can learn producing, graphic design, anything YouTube related. It's a great place. After this video, if you're more curious about stop motion, if you even want to make your own stop motion, there's a great video on Skillshare about mobile stop motion that you can check out if you want to learn more. I found it super helpful, I think it's super interesting, and it gets the job done. The best part about Skillshare is their premium membership. With that membership, you get unlimited access so you can improve your skills, get new opportunities, just do the work that you love. The best part about this all is that it's only $10 a month for this premium membership for unlimited access to learn basically anything. And wait, it gets better. The first 200 people that click on the promo link in the description will get the first 2 months of Skillshare absolutely free to test it out, see if you like it, all that good stuff. It's a great deal, it's a great place. Please check out Skillshare. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.